Serial killer Richard Ramirez was charged with murder of 13 people. Infamously known as the Night Stalker, Ramirez was a gruesome murderer, serial rapist, kidnapper, child molester, and burglar who was convicted in 1989.
Well, he took a woman in her 60s and stomped her to death with his foot, leaving an imprint of a shoe on the side of her face. From that to just executing somebody upon walking into a room after he entered a house. He strangled, he used a ligature, he used a tire iron on a young girl.
But despite committing such heinous crimes, Ramirez showed no remorse.
Why on earth would you have hurt those people? Why did you kill those people?
No comments. No comments. I cannot answer that at this time.
So how can a person go around killing so many people for no reason and yet not feel any remorse or regret? Do murderers' brains function in a different manner than normal people? Troubled childhood, traumas, and exposure to abuse and violence at home have been found to be common traits in the early life of many serial killers and murderers. However, a few infamous serial killers such as Ted Bundy, Jeff Dahmer, and Dennis Rader grew up in healthy households with supportive family members. A personality trait common in most serial killers is an antisocial personality disorder.
Now, the most obvious alignment when looking at Ramirez would be antisocial personality disorder. With this disorder, we see 7 symptom criteria. Here we see repeated unlawful behaviors, consistent deceitfulness, impulsivity, aggression, a reckless disregard for safety, irresponsibility, and a lack of remorse. So only 3 symptoms are required for somebody to have a diagnosis of this disorder. We see here that all 7 symptoms appear to align with the behavior of Ramirez.
Psychologists believe that serial killers lack empathy and are good at compartmentalizing their wrongdoings. In some cases, serial killers enjoy inflicting pain upon their victims and go to extreme lengths to torture their victims before killing them. After committing horrific crimes, such psychopaths feel no remorse and compartmentalize such acts to carry on with their normal life. As per research, psychopath killers realize, recognize, and fully comprehend the distress their victims feel. They, however, do not feel it themselves, making it easy for them to commit such violent crimes. Since serial killers may have never felt empathy, they do not know what normal feels like, and may not feel that killing a person is a big deal. While most serial killers are psychopaths, not all psychopaths are serial killers. Research is still underway to determine why the same personality trait in one leads to them becoming callous, while another becomes a serial killer. A study conducted at Chicago University on 800 prisoners showed that murderers' brains look different from those convicted for other crimes. Murderers process empathy and morality differently from normal people. Neuroscientists at Chicago University examined brain scans of 800 incarcerated men. They found that individuals who had committed or attempted homicide had reduced grey matter when compared to those involved in other offences. These grey matter reductions were specially noticed in regions of the brain that are associated with emotional processing, behavioral control, and social cognition. According to a professor of psychology at the Chicago University, Irving Harris, the differences were noted in the orbitofrontal cortex and anterior temporal lobes of the brains of murderers. According to experts, these areas of the brain are needed to make computations to process information that makes a person feel empathy for someone else, a controlled tendencies to react. Experts are still debating over the impact of reduced grey matter and its links to the actions of murderers and serial killers. In some cases, traumatic brain injuries have been linked to an increased risk of violence in an individual. What, however, is clear is that committing murders gives serial killers experiences that they like to create again and again until they're apprehended and stopped.